Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings and choose what It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Jets and the Broncos coming up next.
Travel west from Midtown Manhattan through the Lincoln Tunnel to the Jersey side. It's MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles.
Here's the veteran Greg Zuerlein as we are ready to start. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Broncos led by the rookie, quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. The rookie, the last of the quarterbacks taken in the first round, number 12 overall. He's been around, he's 24 years old, but the rookie runs it for the Broncos.
If his preparation for this game is any indication of how he's going to perform today, Mike, they're going to be hard to beat. He played really well last week, but when we talked to his coaches, they told us, they're like, he has lived here all week. He has taken his level of play even up another notch, and if he can continue to operate this system, continue to get all of his weapons involved, this leadership, this ability to lead by example, it's going to rub off on the rest of this offense. I think they're going to have a good chance of changing from last week's loss to coming away today with a victory.
A pass deep for Reynolds. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up third down. On the bootleg, it's Nix. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Well, the Jets come out with Aaron Rodgers, of course. All the build-up in 2023, it lasted all of 4 snaps. But the man is a legend. Super Bowl champ, 10-time Pro Bowler. Greg, his 20th NFL season.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy, let the offense unfold, trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Another run here with Hall. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
He'll let this one go long for Williams.
These are game-changing opportunities, Mike, and at this level, when you have a wide receiver that open downfield, you've got to connect, and in this case, he just flat out missed them, and we're talking about a massive play had they connected, but instead, that's a mistake he's going to wish he had back.
Rodgers to Wilson. Good for a Jets first down. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's caught by the tight end, Tyler Conklin. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Give him 13 on that screenplay and a first down. On the run, here's Hall. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4. Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like...
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Robert Woods. Touchdown, Jets. That touchdown #1 for him on the year.
And it really just comes down to the protection. You're sitting there 3rd and goal. You have to give your quarterback the opportunity, Mike, to work through all of his progressions, and you need time to do it. Then it just comes down to making the right read. Touchdown.
Greg Zuerlein now for the point after. He's got it. And the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zuerlein is out to kick this one off. Jaleel McLaughlin now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Reynolds is the motion man here. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3. Now a toss, left side, it's Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. They run over center with Williams. Yeah. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A first down throw for Nix. A first down there. Gain of 14 yards.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. That one taken in. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Broncos.
Well, you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down. To throw is Rodgers. That one caught by Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. We'll go play action with Nix. It's intercepted. He tried to take on Sauce, and Gardner took it away. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal. Now Rodgers. He's got it at the 3. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Aaron Rodgers. Touchdown, New York. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. McLaughlin now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. He's got the tight end, Adam Chapman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So many of these young rookie quarterbacks, they come into difficult situations. We see it year in and year out. They don't have a lot of veteran pieces around them. Maybe their weapons aren't great, but I don't think that's the case for Bo Nix.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A give, and here comes Williams. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Tony Adams there on the stop. Third down and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught right side, it's Franklin.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Gibson now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A-Rod now to throw on first down. He's going to run it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the gun, Rodgers. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Nice job there by Garrett Wilson picking up the first down. And you know what's really scary, Mike? He was the offensive rookie of the year. Then he had another 1,000-yard campaign just a year ago. And he did it without Aaron Rodgers playing the vast majority of the season. So just think, those two guys together, getting on the same page, veteran quarterback, young, talented receiver. That's going to be a scary matchup this year.
They'll go again with Hall. Whoa. And he's going to have the first down yardage. Across the 50 to the 48.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Jets have the advantage. More from MetLife Stadium after this. They need 8 as they come up for third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
So, fourth down, and the veteran Greg Zuerlein on for the Jets. And that is no good. He missed it. And the lead holds steady at 4.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, The other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick, so it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And let's give him about 4 on that one. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Here comes 3rd and 6. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. The 1st-round pick looking right at home in this offense. It's a 1st down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Throwing is Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's home. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Rodgers now. A pass caught right side by Conklin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
2nd down, Rodgers. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Looking to throw. It's Rodgers. That's caught. Left side. It's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the Jets' 1st down. They managed to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
The speed on display. He's in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. McLaughlin now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing, Nix. This one to the tight end, Trotman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire 1st half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Nix to throw. He finds his tight end, Dulcich. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another 1st down. On the carry, it's Williams. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. It's another run here for Williams. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. Third and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Catch made. That's Woods. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Rodgers. He'll find his tight end, Conklin.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers. He's got a receiver. That's Woods. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. To the air once more. It's Rodgers. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. This one caught by Lazard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. On comes Greg Zuerlein to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Jets going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nick. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Paris Campbell, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. In the first half, we saw some great play from Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico
Both teams
and Greg
ready
Olsen.
to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Gibson now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So now Rodgers and the Jets ready to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. He finds his tight end, Conklin. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. He'll take this ahead for a yard down to the 49. Eddie Jackson up from his safety spot to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, Rodgers. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. 3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually,
and he's not going to be able to get away. Might lose a yard. They've got him back at the 2.
if there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack.
Powering forward. He's in. Reese Paul. touchdown, New York. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. McLaughlin now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On second down, it's Nix. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up. Nix from the gun on third down. He finds his man, Troutman. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. They'll throw. It's Nix. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
He'll work forward for a couple. That's Jermaine Johnson there on the stop. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Throwing now on third and long. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Really nice sack there by Reddick, and I feel like we've said that time and time again over these last couple seasons. He just continues to improve. Big reason why the Jets went out and traded for him this past offseason from Philadelphia. The hope is that he can take their defense to another level, and so far, he appears to be doing just that.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Hall running right. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Patrick Surtain makes the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. And he surges forward. for a gain of about 5. Now, a second down throw for Nix. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing, Nix. It's intercepted. He tried to take on Sauce, and Gardner took it away. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He's got the longtime Charger, Mike Williams. 2nd down and 3. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got his man at the 6. And he's going to be taken down.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Patrick Surtain.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The rookie, Bo Nix, and the Broncos offense getting set to take over once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now it's Hero. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Jets offense. And Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. Another run here with Hall. That's a short pickup to about the 47. And Landon Roberts in there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. He keeps it himself. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Quickly to the outside and complete.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a toss to the left. Here comes Hall. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Rodgers. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Jets are looking at a 1st and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
They'll run. It's Hall. And he's got another one. Reese Hall. Touchdown, Jets. That is his 3rd touchdown of the game and his 9th for the year. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. McLaughlin now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Here's a screen from McLaughlin. And no chance to turn and go That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. To throw is Nix. That's taken in by the running back, Piron. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Now he'll air one out. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Nix gonna throw for it. To the sideline, he's got it. The official says yes, the feet are in, and they convert on fourth down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And he's gonna go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end, that's Troutman. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Here's Nix to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Nix. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. And they look to finish it off here in the 4th. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. A run here with Hall. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he's in. Robert Woods. Touchdown, New York. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Zerline's kick, up and good. And the Jets stretch things out even further. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
Through the middle of the field. And he will go all the way. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Denver. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Broncos will get just a bit closer. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Gibson now on the return. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense over 300 yards passing in the game and has been sharp right from the start. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A give up the middle with Hall. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. 3rd down, 3 to go. He'll try to run for it with Hall. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Jets 1st down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
The yards are hard to come by there. They'll work it down to the 37-yard line. Rodgers now. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is intercepted. Picked off by Levi Wallace. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Broncos offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
2nd down. Nix. This one to the tight end, Troutman.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He finds his man, Troutman. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Broncos. Throwing is Nix. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He connects with Mims. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds just past the marker. The ball was in the proper place for a new set of downs. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Throwing, Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. They'll throw. It's Nix. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush. And it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So here, as the quarterback, you can't take that sack. You have to understand it's 4th down. While you don't want to throw a pick, you've got to get this ball out of your hand and give one of your playmakers a chance to make a play for you and extend this drive on 4th down.
The Jets offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they're getting closer to a 2nd win on the season. All they got to do is hold on here, and a good drive right now would help. They'll start it 1st and 10. On the run, here's Hall. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They will run it over center with Hall. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it with Hall. And he's into the end zone yet again. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
So after the touchdown at the other end, Zerline is out to kick this one off. McLaughlin now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Here we go. One final play. That's deep for the back of the end zone. So this one in the win column for the Jets. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.